Please use handrails when available and watch for tripping, slipping, falling hazards. Finally, please remain in your respective seating areas while taking photos during the ceremony. At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Lowenberg.
Let us pray. Almighty God, architect of the universe, what a wonder you have created. With young airmen and guardians on the precipice of a promise, the edge of a dream, we all stand in true reverence of your power. We thank you for the ability to gather together like this, with families back in the stands, no longer subject to the whims of Wi-Fi and voices on the phone. We acknowledge that with their presence here, watching their sons and daughters, wives and husbands, moms and dads, that with them before us, hope is on the horizon. God, we ask that you continue to be the light by which we walk, the footing on which we stand, and the hand by which we are guided. Because as we watch these young airmen and guardians march towards a brighter future, as each of the MTIs who have trained them with a strong hand and a soft touch is set to award them their coveted airman's coin, it is your light and your hand by which we run towards the danger, ever ready to defend this land we all call home. Please, God, watch over all the men and women deployed around the world today. Bring them home safely to the waiting arms of their family. In your mighty and merciful name, we'll say, Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Lowenberg. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Colonel Jeff Pixley, accompanied by his wife, Andrea. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant, Larry Gaitan. From the graduating squadron, the squadron's Senior Enlisted Leader, 323rd Training Squadron, Chief Master Sergeant Gabriel Lewis. Also in attendance with us today, the Commander and Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, Colonel Rocky Wilson, and Chief Master Sergeant Mike Morgan. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Our Commander of Airmen is Lieutenant Colonel James Renner. Commander, 323rd Training Squadron, Colonel Pixley will review today's ceremony.
Stop and hut. Staff. Forward. March. Parade! Parade! Cut! In place, stand up! 1, 2, stand up, play!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem.
Project! Play! Hard! Present! Present! Hard! Now, change post. March!
Thank you. Please be seated.
Staff. Order. Arms. Staff. Change post. March. Sir, the parade is formed. Take your post. Order! Order! Arms! Receive the report. Report!
323rd Training Squadron, all present or accounted for, sir!
Sir, all present are accounted for. Policy order. Attention to orders! Detail for today! Senior non-commissioned officer of the day, Master Sergeant Davis! By order of Colonel Wilson! Officers! Post! Halt!
737th Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base, San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, Commander's Excellence. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to the 323rd Training Squadron, Flight 688, for their significant accomplishments, demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the periods of 6 July 2021 through 19 August 2021. Signed, Jeffrey Dixon, Colonel, United States Air Force.
March! 1, 2, play! Present! Present! March! Now. March! Sir, present the command.
March the command in review.
Staff. Forward up. Arms. Staff. Change post. March! Forward up! Forward up! Arms! Pass in review! Pommel slide, right slide, forward, stay back, march!
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating airmen and guardians passing in review today represent a portion of the men and women who complete basic military training this year. The 737 Training Group provides all recruits with essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest air and space forces. dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Air and Space Forces. Now passing in review, from the 323rd Training Squadron, the Commander of Airmen, led by Lieutenant Colonel James Renner, Commander, hometown, Lawton, Oklahoma. Flight 698, led by Technical Sergeant Jonathan Manning, military training instructor, hometown, Aura, Minnesota. Flight 697, led by Technical Sergeant Dylan Chavez, military training instructor, hometown, Aura, Minnesota. Flight 696, led by Staff Sergeant Nikita Wilson, military training instructor, hometown, Water Valley, Mississippi. Flight 695, led by Staff Sergeant Michael Manning, military training instructor, hometown, Jacksonville, Florida. Flight 694, led by Staff Sergeant Lonnie Miles, military training instructor, hometown, Little Rock, Arkansas. Flight 693, led by Technical Sergeant Lucas Richards, military training instructor, hometown, Mineral Wells, West Virginia. Flight 692, led by Technical Sergeant Stacy J. Jacuzzi, military training instructor, hometown, Chandler, Arizona. Flight 691, led by Technical Sergeant Andrew Imhall, military training instructor, hometown, Palmer, Alaska. ET Excellence Flight 690, led by Master Sergeant Darius Charles, military training instructor, hometown, Pittsburgh, California. Flight 698, led by Technical Sergeant Michael Miller, military training instructor, hometown, Phoenix, Arizona. ET Excellence and Academic Excellence Flight 688, led by Technical Sergeant Megan Owens, Blue Road, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown, Wayland, New York. Flight 687, led by Staff Sergeant Cody Kane, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Chicolo, Texas. Flight 686, led by Technical Sergeant Maris Strong, military training instructor, hometown, Killeen, Texas. Academic Excellence Flight 685, led by Technical Sergeant Sandra Weiss, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Lordstown, Texas. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by graduating airmen and guardians from the 323rd Training Squadron, performing under the direction of Technical Sergeant Nathan Hill, hometown, Yorba Linda, California. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, now passing in review, our newest military training instructors. They have completed a demanding 7-week course encompassing 320 lesson hours and 23 evaluations. During their tour, they will be responsible for transforming 7,480 civilians into motivated warrior airmen and guardians from the 737th Training Support Squad, Class 210624, led by Master Sergeant Tara Campbell, hometown, Lewiston, Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Lewis will come forward and say a few words.
Check out them Mustangs. Good morning. It's good to be here. Good to be here on a graduating day to send some more Mustangs into the force. To the families out there, it is really refreshing to see you all here. This is one of the highlights that we get to see towards the end of their cycle, to see the families here smiling, crying, cheering, flipping, and all the stuff that you all do when you all get to see your airmen. So it's good to see you all here. Airmen and Specialists, you are joining a team of professionals dedicated to integrity, service, and excellence. The coin you will receive is more than a simple gesture. It carries with it the history and heritage of dedicated military service. The men and women who will come before you have airlifted troops and supplies into the jungles of Vietnam. They've executed precision airstrikes in deserts of Iraq and Afghanistan. They delivered humanitarian aid in villages in South America and in Africa. They have launched missiles and flown satellites, defended airstrips and strengthened partnerships. They have stood on the North Pole, South Pole, and everywhere in between. Even now, as we stand in formation with our fellow Mustangs, our airmen, soldier, sailor, Marine, and Coast Guard brothers and sisters stand in formations all over the world. They're fighting alongside our alliance and coalition partners. While this is the inevitable future for many of you, I'd like to offer you some insight to help you along the way. First, enlisted force structure is our investment plan to prepare you to serve and succeed in professional arms. Accordingly, you are charged to focus on adapting to military requirements, being part of the profession of arms, achieving occupational proficiency and institutional awareness, while learning how to be highly productive members of the Air and Space Forces. Second, start your career with your why. Not your personal why, but our collective why. A famous author is known for encouraging professionals of all walks of life to determine what drives them to action and follow it as their grounding inspiration. We in the profession of arms, we share a collective why. This must be the bedrock of our personal inspiration. This why is our oath to support and defend the Constitution of our great nation. This is our guidepost for military service. In closing, I want to implore you to surround yourself with people who will challenge and support you along your journey. Seek fans, not cheerleaders. Cheerleaders honor team colors out of duty and only at game time. They smile, flip, and cheer whether you succeed or fail. Cheerleaders are all about the show and entertainment. Fans, on the other hand, they wear team colors out of passion and commitment. They wear them to work, they wear them to bed, they wear them on vacations, they wear them on their bodies and in their hearts. Fans will cheer and support you whether you succeed or fail, but they will challenge you and offer feedback when growth is necessary. Mustangs, today we honor you as your biggest fans. We are truly proud of you. And we call you our brothers and sisters in arms. And you are the newest defenders of freedom that the Department of Defense has to offer. So, congratulations and welcome to the United States Air Force. Military training instructors, you may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's Coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur, until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force." The Space Professional coin also has a distinctive design. On one side, it displays the original emblem of the Space Force, the Delta, which was first used by space units in 1961 and honors the heritage of the United States Space Force. Beneath the emblem is the year 2019, the birth date of the United States Space Force. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the Space Force motto, Semper Supra, which translates to "always above." This represents the Space Force's role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving our nation's dominance and freedom of operations in the space domain. On the coin's border is a commemorative inscription that reads, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming a charter member of the United States Space Force."
Flight commanders, place your flights at attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as a sign of unity as our newest airmen and guardians recite the Airman's Creed. I am an American airman. Congratulations, Airmen and Guardians. Now how about that Squadron Pride? Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Flight commanders, place your flights at ease. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take this time to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer. Someone who's demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, teaching their physical environment and academic aptitude and adaptability to the military environment throughout multiple progress checks. This airman has suppressed all others in challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from Flight 688, Airman Danita Todd. The recruiter of Airman Todd is Technical Sergeant Jeffrey Sprick from the 133rd Airlift Wing, St. Paul, Minnesota. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Pixley will now come forward and address our newest airmen and guardians.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished visitors, and everyone on our live stream. Thank you for joining us during this important occasion. For those of you joining us online, I know you wish you could be here, but make no mistake, your presence is felt as we come together physically and virtually to witness this incredible transformation our airmen and specialists made in such a short time. 7.5 weeks ago, you entrusted us with our nation's most valuable treasure, your sons, daughters, husbands and wives, and in some cases, your moms and dads. They never would have come here without your encouragement, and I know your continued support provided the strength they needed to successfully complete basic military training and join the world's greatest air and space forces. I want to take this opportunity to personally thank you for that support and encouragement. But more importantly, thank you for your trust. I can only imagine what it took to put your loved one on a plane or a bus and send them to basic military training in the middle of a pandemic. It tells me a lot about your love for our country. The 563 men and women before you represent the best our country has to offer. This group comes from 43 of our 50 states. The usual suspects, Texas, California, and Florida, once again are at the top of the list for raw numbers. But that doesn't tell the whole story. California may lead the way with 39 graduates today, but we should acknowledge Wyoming too. Wyoming sent us 3 trainees, which doesn't sound like a lot but compared to 39, but accounting for population size, Wyoming sent us 500% of their fair share, leading the way in this class. Every state matters. The numbers change each week, but here's what doesn't. The airmen and specialists we graduate represent our United States of America. They bring with them their own backgrounds, histories, individual attitudes, interests, and regional idiosyncrasies. Contrary to popular belief, here at basic training, we don't break them down and build them back up. We take the best of what you sent us and we make it better. We build on the foundation that you gave them growing up, what they developed as young adults, as college students, and sometimes as parents. We embrace the diversity that America provides us and leverage that to create high-functioning teams of airmen and specialists who not only strive for personal excellence and embrace our core values, but who see the best in one another, lift each other up, and see each other as wingmen and teammates for life. They didn't do this alone. During the past review, you were introduced to some of their military training instructors. For every one that was introduced, there was at least one more who was instrumental in the development and molding of our graduates. These professionals are handpicked for this important role. They leave their Air Force specialties and come here for 3 years to invest themselves and sacrifice to create the generation of airmen and guardians who will one day replace them and me. Like our trainees, this diverse team comes from across our great country and bring with them tactical prowess, technical expertise, and professional experience. But the most important thing they bring with them are the leadership skills and dedication as non-commissioned officers and senior non-commissioned officers. I can't think of a more important job in the Air Force than military training instructor, and every one of them in formation here, in the stands, and in the squadron still working right now deserve our greatest thanks. Let's hear it for MTI Corps. Lieutenant Colonel Renner, Chief Lewis, you've done a great job with these airmen and specialists. Today, a new chapter in the proud history of the 323rd Training Squadron is written. And I know they're ready to take on the challenges our country faces, anytime, any place. I'm a fan. Well done. Airmen and specialists, I just have one question for you. Are you ready to join the ranks of the world's greatest air and space forces?
Flight commanders, place your flights at attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Colonel Pixley will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Please raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. It is my great honor to introduce our nation's newest airmen and specialists. Congratulations and welcome to the world's greatest airmen.
Thank you, Colonel Pixley. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of the Air Force song, followed by the departure of the official party. Congratulations, Airmen and Guardians, on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Flight commanders, dismiss your flights.